doing is the stream. Does it say the stream is online again? Oh, no. Okay, so I'm echoing through your mic. And they can hear it. So if possible, can you just turn your volume down a little bit? Somewhere we're getting an echo, and I just don't know where. I don't know if I'm playing through like your speakers or.
I don't know. I'm using headphones, and I don't have anything else playing on speakers or anything.
Oh, is it a laptop?
What?
Are you on a laptop right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it might be something with your laptop mic. I don't know.
No, but I'm not using the laptop mic. I'm using a mic that comes with the headphone.
Okay. Did you put the link out?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see here. Gotta actually get my link ready again. Oh, cool. Thank you, Paula Bear, for subscribing.
Okay.
Helios 1 coming back online. Oh, cool. Thank you, Paula Bear, for subscribing.
Oh, God. Okay, so Paul saved us with the link.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
So I suppose. So I suppose we are set now.
Okay, so I'm firing up the old War Thunder machine. So what I'm gonna do, if I can figure out this. Okay, so.
Oh no, the echoes again. Let me see. I'll mute myself and you speak and see if the echo is still on.
Okay. Alright, so let's see. Did he mute himself yet? I'm in the wrong server. He did. Anybody reporting echo? Echo is gone. Okay. What you can do, Altria, is use Discord on mobile.
Okay, I'll see.
Alright, so where the hell is my yeah, text to speech would work too. Or talk to speak, not text to speak. Lol.
Okay, I'll change to mobile now.
We're hashtag proud of Altria. Why is it showing B right back, lol? I want to see War Thunder, damn it. You can tell just how, like, seasoned pros we are. Echo is back, XD, great. Just great. We will fix that, though. It can be done. I suppose it might help if I actually got in the War Thunder window to show War Thunder. I would not be shocked if that's what it was waiting for. There we go. Now it's showing the good old War Thunder. Is it showing up on your guys' end? It's showing up on my phone here where I have the stream pulled up, but I want to make sure you guys can actually see it before I start a game. Though I still haven't figured out a way to get the chat overlay to work in-game. Yeah, I can see you spinning around your tank. Thank you, Paul Bear. Alright, boys. Let's go play mildly well and not much better in War Thunder. All 20 pixels are doing work right now. YouTube auto to 180? Is it letting you go higher than that in the settings? Or is it something where, like, I need to let the stream it higher? If that makes any sense. Okay, just gotta go change it. Perfect. So everybody, this is our little Christmas special from Toradora. The Toradora Discord, that is. So first off, let us say thank you guys for an incredible several months now. We started doing this back in summer, and we have grown so much since then. We have gotten to experience a ton of fun and friendship and just sheer enjoyment and excitement of getting to do this for the server and having fun stuff. Just having fun stuff to talk about and do together. Where's
So
Ultree? He should be right back. Oh, is that him?
Yeah. Does it work now, or is there still echo?
I don't hear any echo now.
Okay, it should be fine then.
Good. I think your laptop was
Okay,
just
so-
cucking you.
Okay, so what were you talking about?
Oh, I was actually starting off just the main thank you speech, which
Okay.
essentially,
Go on.
in its purest, thank you, everybody. Thank you to everyone who's watched any amount of episodes of it, who have just given the incredible support we've received. We've gotten way more support than we ever expected. When we uploaded the first episode, we thought, like, okay, we're gonna get, like, maybe at the maximum 20 people to watch that first episode, and we could have named them all, you know? And that has not been the case. We're almost up to 300 views on the first episode.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, man, it's getting big. And we owe that all to you guys,
Yeah.
just the incredible support we've received. Thank you to all our incredible fans who show up for our episodes and who actually, like, will find me when I haven't uploaded fast enough recently. And I know that sounds like funny, but like it's true. Thank you, because that actually keeps us making them and getting them out as quick as we can, just because it's kind of like, oh dang, people actually want to watch these. We better get on that. Thank you to all our special guests. You guys are awesome. You guys have quite literally made the show before. Go ahead. You gonna say something, Ultra?
I just want to mention when they released the first episode, I was like really shocked. Like it was a fun experience to listen to, and then I went on to ask to be on the team. I've done nothing basically, but it's still a lot of fun to be on here.
No, we love having you, Ultra. Oh, and just read this message from Lost real quick. I really wish I could be there to one-up your speech, but my mom is pissed from Lost. Ah, it's all good. We understand, buddy. I hope you survived the night. That's okay, Karko, that you've been busy. It happens. You've been focusing on school, and there are few pursuits more noble than that.
Oh God, I can't wait tomorrow for a family diner. I don't know how I'm going to survive that.
Yeah, I know. I figured we better do this before like Christmas Eve, because it's gonna be no way in heck we'd be able to get anybody out here to watch this on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Oh heck no. Plus I don't want to be like, oh hey, come hang out with your Discord friends when you should be with your family and whatnot. But thank you to our special guests. Thank you to my fellow production team members. You guys are awesome. There have been quite literally times where like they have made this happen every week and have helped incredibly on the idea side of things. Thank you to Altria and Karko for helping with the announcements and the scheduling, planning episodes, and a lot more to come up. Thank you to, just literally everybody who's even been halfway involved, but most of all, thank you to everyone who has given our podcast a chance and has watched our episodes. Thank you guys so much.
Oof.
But other than that...
Did someone join?
Someone join? Awesome. Oh, he's got a gift to open from Sarah tomorrow. I know he doesn't like this joke, but I gotta make it one time on stream, which is, guys, did you know Karko is, or Sarah is Karko's GF? But welcome, Titan Bro, who's joined our voice chat.
He's going to kill you.
I waited until there was a time in which I could speak.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's Titan Bro. Oh no, Karko's hungry.
Karko's dying.
Oh no.
So, what's going on, gentlemen? Are we playing some Tora Thunder?
We are playing some little Tora Thunder. Somebody just flew their plane right into mine.
Oh, that's sounds like fun.
It's okay though. We're in ground forces, so it was never gonna work out anyway. So Titan Bro, you've been on our podcast twice.
Yes,
Do you have any favorite memories you have from appearing on the show twice?
I was actually really nervous the first time, and I feel like that was a memory in and of itself, because it was I was drinking a lot of water. we'll say my mouth was a little, So it was weird. It's like I've streamed before and stuff, but I've never actually done anything like official like that, and that was kind of nice to do.
Official? We're official now, Altria. You hear that?
Yeah.
Hey, you got a few hundred views, a couple of videos.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's That's official in my book, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But by the end of it, I was freaking. I really need.
What about you, Altria? Since you started joining us on the production team, which we're glad to have you. What's been some of your favorite memories from the Discord servers podcast? If I can speak today.
I don't know. It's quite fun to make an announcement. You know, cheer everyone up so they can watch the videos. Like, I don't know. I don't have many memories yet. I'm looking forward to joining in on some episodes, maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely. We gotta have you in for some episodes. It wouldn't be the same without you. And Paulo Bear, we will certainly be happy to have you on. Let me check the Discord server's general chat real quick. Oh good, I haven't missed anything. That would be bad.
I got a question for you, Dark.
Oh, hit me with it.
What specs are your PC?
My PC has an i7 processor. I can't remember the exact designation one, but it's actually a laptop one despite being in a desktop. That's because of I'm using an Alienware oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the first iteration of it was thank you so much for watching, Special Legend. Sleep well. It's like an R2, I want to say. But the first iteration was a failed Steam Machine project, and then they said, you know, let's just pack everything we can into a really small box, which works great for me because I travel a lot from school to like college to where I'm from several times a year. So that portable factor was a big deal for me, the fact that I could just slide it in my backpack. But it has a 960 graphics card, which is, you know, the most important one everybody cares about. The i7, it's got a dual bay drive. It has a solid state, very small size. It's only like 128 gigs, but also a good fat hard drive on it. So,
Man, I need a PC. As of now, I just have this shitty laptop. Like a Core i3 and 520 integrated graphics card. Like, it can't run anything.
I remember when I didn't have a graphics card, but I had like all the specs of a decent PC.
except for the graphics.
It was horrible.
That sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You know, I know a guy who's studying to be an engineer of all things, and his laptop, he has literally had to use it while it's in the freezer because it's just so old and decrepit that the heat runs rampant.
Jeez.
And so it'll just be sitting there in math lab while in the freezer. Yes, and I'm sure the stream is still lagging, and I apologize for that. It's just, unfortunately, my apartment Wi-Fi is great. My home Wi-Fi, it's good if I'm the only one on it, and I am not the only one on it right now, as you might have guessed. Hopefully my mom will stop watching Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, whichever it is, and we can get some stability in here.
Same for me, like I got
Actually,
a shit internet, but when I'm the only one using it, like right now, it works decently, at least. Like it was 10 megabytes per second or something like that. Like over here, internet is pretty bad. Let me see the actual speed.
For I asked you for your specs just because your stream was lagging.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. That's one indirect.
How bad is it? Like, does it at least run on lower resolution?
Do you have the option to?
I can set it lower, yeah.
No, I was just checking because Twitch doesn't have that option unless you're affiliate. Yeah, it runs, but it just your encoding's probably too high. So,
okay.
Yeah, but you can't really change that while you're streaming.
Look at you knowing all this stuff about streams. I'm gonna hit you up in the future.
Well, I just had to deal with mine today. Mine was being mean.
What encoder do you use?
I was using my graphics card to encode instead of my CPU, so my CPU doesn't throttle.
Oh no, I was talking about like what actual program are you using?
Oh, Twitch. Oh, OBS.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm using.
Yeah.
Lags pretty
OBS
much every
is
5 to
good.
10 seconds.
Does it say overcoding is or your what is it on OBS? It should say your CPU is over encoded or something like that.
Let me check. I'm 90% sure I know what the problem is here. It's just that I'm competing for Wi-Fi bandwidth, even with the range extender on. I have 18 unread notifications, though.
The one time I used OBS with this shit laptop was to record some Osu gameplays, and it was just horrible. Like the frames per second are at least 15 or something. Like I can't record anything with this, but I try at least.
If nothing else, we can always bail out of gameplay and just let the audio go, since that's the primary form of entertainment anyway. If our viewers are interested in that, of course. I don't want to. If they're loving seeing me play War Thunder or whatever, I'm perfectly fine with continuing that. But if they're really more interested in the audio, then we can switch to audio only, get it a little more stable.
Now it's running well. For 2 seconds it ran well. Oof.
Yeah, the audio doesn't lag, it's just the gameplay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what made me also target your PC.
But yeah, as Paul says over here, it's watchable, like, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad we're at least in watchable territory.
we don't wanna go below that. It's too much.
So, I don't mind watching you play, seeing a game I could probably never can run on my laptop. Would you guys like to know some tank facts?
Oh no.
I know a few, but only if you're interested. I don't wanna bore you to death with tank talk.
I actually do have to go. I've been out for way too long.
Oh, well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by, bro. It's been great having you. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
See ya. Okay, so go ahead with the tank fact. I'm kinda interested.
Okay. Oh, so the tank we're in currently is the Panther A. Now, the Panther is a very legendary tank from World War II. It was a German tank, as just about every big cat name tank was, apart from a couple ones that were named by their crews, I believe, that were for the Allies. But again, those were tanks that were just named by their crews, not like what the tank itself came to be known across the entire army of that nation, if that makes any sense.
So basically nicknames.
Yeah. Now, interesting enough, the Panther A actually was one of the later versions of the Panther. That might surprise you, given that it's the A model, implying first. But they actually were having trouble getting... Oh, thank you for stopping by, Carco. See you, buddy. But they were having trouble with the Panther A, and the Panther D actually made it to full-scale production first. There's really not much different between the Panther A and the Panther D, but the Panther A actually has a turret that swivels faster. The more you know.
That what? What's the difference between the turrets?
Oh, the Panther's A turns faster. Yeah. In War Thunder, the Panther A actually has a weaker turret resiliency-wise, because it has an extra viewing port on it, so that actually makes the armor a little weaker in that section. I'm not sure if that was the case in the real world, but I know that's the case in War Thunder.
Okay. You sure know a lot about tanks.
Oh, why, thank you, Altria.
A tank nerd. That's quite the title.
Oh, would you check the Discord server's main chat real quick? Just see if there's anybody asking about the stream or anything, or anything I need to check up on?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Okay, so what can we talk about now?
Well, Altria, what was your favorite episode to watch this great 20 episode run, plus the first episode of a spin-off series we've had?
Of what?
What was your favorite episode?
I gotta say episode 1, like, I don't remember much, but it was, I don't know, I feel like it's iconic. Like, when you came in and started the podcast, it was something we never really quite saw before in the server. It was pretty nice, you know.
Oh.
It changed the dynamic of the server, to be honest.
Well,
you made quite a big impact from here.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, because it's just funny, because like when how long have you been in the server now, Altria? I'm trying to remember. Did you join before me?
Yeah, I think I joined before you. I joined January 5th of 2018.
Yeah, you joined before me then.
I don't know. Okay.
But I think it's just crazy how like it really was just we brought up the idea. I don't even remember who brought it up first in the general chat. It was just like, yeah, what if we did like a little podcast just for the server? And then me, Loss, and V2 were like running with the idea. And I said it's grown way beyond what we ever expected to be, and I'm so thankful for that, so happy, just because it's kind of like, oh wow. It was said we really expected 20 views on episode 1, and here we are at like 270 or something. So I'm classic is a bold thing to call it. I won't call it that, but I'm flattered that you call it that. And to answer your question, go ahead.
No, finish up first. I want to start after that. I want to talk about something else. So finish up first.
Nulltag, I'm actually just generally interested in tanks. I have learned through playing War Thunder some, but I was really interested in them growing up, just because I used to see them in all the back when History Channel played nothing but World War II documentaries and stuff like that. That's got me like beginner interested. But one day I was at a bookstore and I bought just a huge book about tanks, and it's literally like the entire history of the tank from like the very first ones to modern day. And like it has literally just mountains of information about tanks, and it's the coolest thing ever.
That's a lot of tanks.
Yeah. And of course the biggest section is about World War II. Go ahead, Ultra.
Oh, World War II special section.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, like, first started the group watches, like, it's like kind of like of how you started the podcast, like, I just mentioned it because I wanted people to watch Steins Gate with me, and I just said, hey, why don't we watch it together? And then we create a group DM for organizers. We set up the schedules, and I was like, holy shit.
Is that really how the group watches started?
Yeah, I just wanted everyone to watch Steins Gate with me.
That's so cool.
And it suddenly blew up.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually, see, it's great when like people are. It's just like when those small little ideas become something big, because it's homegrown. Everybody's having fun with it, and it's just great, you know. Like, and it's something you can always kind of like think back on and be like, I'm really glad that we came through with all that and grew on it. And we didn't just be like, yeah, it would be nice to watch anime with your friends and drop it there. You know, it's like, I'm glad we actually have an entire group watch channel and 2 roles for it now. That's cool, Altria. Very cool, Altria. Thank you.
I did all of this for Steins Gate. That's my dedication for the show.
Oh god, I just got bombed on War Thunder. There's 6 bombs around me. I'm screwed. Yep.
Oof.
That's an exploded ammunition load.
In the chat for Dark.
F in the chat.
Yeah. After that, we just started giving suggestions for other shows. And we started the voting polls, and now just going to a regular thing. And I'm quite happy with it.
So, talking about our previous topic, favorite episodes.
Oh, what's your favorite episode?
That's what I'm trying to think of, and it's pretty hard. So one of my, I know this might be my absolute favorite, but it's certainly one of my favorites, as I'm going through all of them in my head, was the first one where I interviewed CP Man, which would have been episode 3, I believe, if I remember that. Yeah, because it was Lost Joe CP Man V2. I did not know that much about V2. Like, I was buddies with him, but like after that episode, I was like, oh my god, he's so cool and interesting. I just learned so much about him, and like I had no idea like he was in professional wrestling, and so I was like, wow, I'm actually talking to someone involved in all that, and he really took control of that episode and was funny. He was interesting, and it was just all over the place. And I remember just being like, my god, that was so cool when we finished. That was certainly one of them.
Yeah, me too. V2 is really something else when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I remember when he first joined me, Los, and him, or we started like a waifu gang, I don't know what you call it, a yakuza for waifus. Like, I don't know how he acts so naturally, and he's so funny. Like, he's really something else. He takes control of all the conversations.
I also really liked the first. Yeah, he is. I also really liked episode 5 because that was the first time we had Karko on, and I did not know Karko at all then. But I had been saying episodes 1 through 4, if you want to be on, we will get you on. You know. And I don't make any guarantees about the speed at which we get you on, but we will get you on. And literally, I just got a DM one day on Discord from Karko11 saying, "Hey, I'm in the JoJo server y'all are partnered with. I'd like to be on your podcast." And and we did it. We came through. And that's why one of the reasons I really like episode 5 is because it was something like we actually did exactly what we said we were gonna do. We got somebody on, didn't even know him, and we said we'd get you on if you wanted to be on. That was open to anybody, and it is. You know. The only like restrictions, quote unquote, though I wouldn't really call them restrictions, just more of like kind of basic expectations that we have now is it's kind of like you are have been in the server for at least a little period of time, and there's no hard thing on that. It's just like you don't just join the server in 10 minutes then asked to be on, but also like you're well liked, that sort of thing. You haven't caused any problems really is what that's about. And that's really it. That's all it takes to be on, is just be like, hey, been in the server, enjoy hanging out with you guys. It's not like I have like 2 strikes on the mod record or anything. It's like, can I come on your podcast? We'll gladly have you. We love doing it.
Yeah, I feel like the podcast is a really cool thing to show off the members of the community to new people who want to join in. It certainly works.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get the direct link to the server back on the episodes again. There shouldn't be anything holding us back of doing that anymore. I just gotta talk to the other mods about it. But it was really cool during those when we had this huge rush before we needed to remove the instant invites from the description. Of just
that was quite the mess.
Yeah. Of just everyone joining like, oh hey, I found your server because I saw a podcast on YouTube, and you're just like, hell yes. It's working.
and then some asshole comes in and starts posting porn on general.
Yeah, then it's like, okay, I guess we do need to remove that instant invite.
But even then, we found the link. We found some crazy people over here. Like, I don't remember when this was, like 3 weeks ago probably, when these 3 dudes came in and started advertising their visual.
Oh yeah. They had no affiliation with the podcast, by the way. They just found us.
Yeah.
They can actually rejoin. We only kicked them because we were kind of like, we didn't really have a problem with them wanting to talk about stuff they were doing Toradora related. It was more of like they just joined and started spamming their advertisements.
Yeah, I saw that they got kicked, but the thing is they like rejoined instantly and changed their name.
Yeah.
And now they just disappeared.
I'm trying to remember, yeah, because I remember 1 or 2 of them did rejoin. Maybe we did ban them? I don't remember. I'd have to check the ban list.
No, let me see if if I can find them or something.
Yeah.
But I think they are just not active. I don't know. I don't remember their names anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't remember the VN name. But they did link a website or something. I don't remember clearly.
Yeah, what it was they had a fully voice acted visual novel they were making, but it was like a hentai visual novel. And that's what they had come to advertise, and so that's kind of a delicate thing to advertise in our already not our server who's already gotten in trouble before.
Like they just came in and started advertising, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And also, Paul, did Shirley get banned? When?
Oh, that happened like I think this morning. And she just got kicked, or she could come right back, and she did. But I won't go into it too much, just because it's their moderation issue. Respect their privacy. But that's all I'll say on that matter.
Yeah. So basically, she just plug in again. End rank probably. Okay, so let's see. There's a question I wanna ask you, Lark.
Sure.
What would you say are your 3 favorite games of all time?
Can you repeat that, please?
What are your all time?
I'm sorry, you didn't come across that time. I feel like an old man.
Oh, man. Okay, so what are your favorite games of all time? Your top.
Oh, okay. So definitely this is kind of cheating because it's 3 games in one. But Metroid Prime Trilogy. It originally came out on the Wii, and then it got put on the Wii U shop digitally. But straight up, I love like 99% of the Metroid games, and the ones I don't like I'm very specific about, and you can probably guess at least one of them if you know anything about the Metroid games. But I absolutely love the Metroid Prime games. Those are some of my all-time favorites. Paper Mario 64 is incredible. For the first in its series on the Nintendo 64, the original Paper Mario just... Oh my gosh, it is so good. Everything is done so well. It's groundbreaking, but also familiar in all the right ways to the Mario world. But just letting you explore and talk to characters, and it has just... Its combat is simple, but it never stops being fun. Yeah, it's incredible. I certainly love the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the original one back on PS2. That's incredible too.
Yeah. Like, I feel I need to play more Nintendo games. Like, I played some years ago, like, let's see, Mario Galaxy 1, Super Mario 64. What else? Like, I haven't played much of the bigger Nintendo titles.
You gotta get a Switch, bruh.
I'll probably get a PC instead.
No, you gotta get a Switch so you can join in all the Smash Brothers we've been playing.
In my childhood, I grew up playing the PS2 stuff like Crash Bandicoot, Dragon Ball games, Naruto games.
Oh, a bunch of weeb games. That's what you grew up playing. That's what you mean.
Just Naruto, not more weeb stuff back then. Then on the Xbox 360, Skyrim, The Wrath of Asura, the Call of Duty series, Black Ops 1, World at War, Black Ops 2, and what else? Fallout New Vegas, one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah.
I might get some flack for this one. Yeah. I might get some flack for this one just in light of Bethesda's current decision making. Which, by the way, I have Fallout 76. If you want to see how bad it really is, I can literally fire it up. I loved Fallout 3. That is one of my favorite games of all time. It is incredible. I know people say it pales in comparison to New Vegas. And New Vegas is a great game. I have played it many times, and it's fun. But I love Fallout 3. It is so good. It just introduced me into RPGs of that scale.
Yeah. There is something about the open world and the way side quests are done in the Fallout series. Like, it has something special, but I can't quite pin it down. Probably mostly the dialogue is just incredible a lot of the time. Playing a low level intelligence character. But I haven't played the old Fallout 1 and 2. I should probably get around to that.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of like pictures of that gameplay, and to me it just looks too dated for me. and it's like an isometric game, so I'm just uninterested into it. Fallout 3 was my introduction into the series. I liked New Vegas, and I'm just kind of like, I'll stick to the newer style of them.
Like, I first started with Fallout 4,
I really liked it, but when I actually played New Vegas and 3, like the shooting mechanics aren't as their game so much more to offer.
Mm.
Like the dialogue choices in 4 are just it's all the time just big sarcastic. And the plot was just kind of, the factions were really boring. Like there was the institute. There was just scientists that were trying to save the wasteland or whatever they were doing, and they are just boring. You have the Brotherhood of Steel, but like they're not as good as in the other installment. They're just, I don't know, they just feel boring in Fallout 4. Then there's a new faction, the Railroad or something like that. I don't even remember what their mission was because they are so boring. You have the most likely canon to the story faction, the Minutemen. Have you seen all the memes about the another settlement needs your help?
Yes, I've seen a lot of those where it's just like you try to do literally anything in
That's
Fallout
basically-
4, and it's like, oh hey, there's a Minuteman asking you about your damn settlement or whatever.
Yeah, that's basically it with the Minutemen. It's all just quest to save settlements, and it's just a pain in the ass. But I gotta say, Fallout 4 has an interesting world, and the shooting mechanics are really fun to play around with. So I can give it that, at least.
I'm here to save the podcast.
Hey, Wishes!
Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Wishes.
How are you tonight?
Yeah, that's me. I'm okay.
You happy to be home, Wishes?
Okay, so
After a long semester?
Um,
Did you
Wishes
say,
is
did you say no?
I said
he just
mostly.
watched Bunny Girl, and he says he hates it.
Yeah, I'd give it a 2 out of 10 right now.
This is so sad. I don't know, I just personally, in the show, I ignore most of the same stuff, and I still enjoy it. But I can kind of see why you don't like it. Like, the MC is too perfect at times.
It's just that
Yeah, I
Bunny
can see why
Girl
you don't
is
like it.
a high IQ anime, so naturally Wishes is turned off by it.
It feels like the fucking writer thinks he's high IQ. It's like, literally, the message of like, at least both of the arcs right now have been, bro, just don't conform to society, come on, lol. Like, this is
14 and
obvious
this is
shit.
deep.
It's like the most obvious things that everybody knows. Yeah, obviously, people shouldn't just go along with what everyone else does. It's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. Everyone knows this. This isn't how people work.
Yeah, I can see that. Just because I enjoy the show, I just brush off stuff like that. But that is one of my problems with Oregairu. Like, one of the characters is just she hangs around the typical group of chads, and she doesn't wanna go against them or whatever. She's scared, and she wants to be their friends, and it's just so stupid.
Don't
In
talk bad about
everyone's
Origairu.
presented as in Origairu, everyone's presented as like the people who think they're all hotshot shit. Say that shit. They're all presented as fucking idiots because that's what the position is. It's fucking. It's so dumb. Like, yeah, bro, we should all fucking, be nice people to each other. money across the world so there'd no be poor and nobody's starving and we should keep everything clean and we should stop global warming. It's like, yeah, no shit. People don't do that.
Man, don't let Hachi hear you. Yes,
Oh,
Yeah, so that combined with the like joke of a fucking explanation that they should just stop trying. Every time they try to explain something, I'm like, please stop. Like, it just hurts me, and then, yeah, it's like all the show is, so I don't see anything yet.
okay.
Alright, tell us
Speaking
about
of-
Koei, or
it's not that
Koei.
related, but speaking of Banniger, I should probably get around to finishing Bake Monogatari.
Turns out, he doesn't actually act like that, because he's a real person. You know, he's like a real person that doesn't do shit that people...
Wishes, what
Yeah,
in
I
your
don't
mind
know.
is the quintessential 10 out of 10 anime?
I think Sangatsu no Lion Season 2 is the best anime ever created, even though it's not my favorite.
Harem Time is the peak of humanity.
It's
Or
the
like-
what?
The peak of humanity.
Oh, the peak of humanity?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call any fucking anime show the peak of humanity.
Harem Time is the peak. Humans were born so we could watch Harem Time. Also, Harem Time was written by the Food Wars author, so I was surprised when I first heard that. Like, he did doujins and stuff that got hentai adaptations before he got to Food Wars.
Yeah,
So he's a real hero.
Yeah. That's why he's good at the fucking borderline hentai scenes.
Okay, so also from before, like, Bunny Girl is really enjoyable, but you can't really expect good writing with it. After all, the author also wrote
Like-
Sakura So Pet Girl, so yeah, he's not the best writer.
Like, the Sakuras are characters were human-ish, I think. I mean, I watched Sakura So like, maybe like 5 years ago, but, I remember it. I mean, there's a high possibility I would hate it a lot at this point, but I don't think it would be as bad.
Oof.
Because it doesn't expect me to care about characters I've seen for literally 3 episodes. Like, it's
No,
literally...
Look at the comments, Paul. Oh no, please, no quantum physics. PTSD from that since my lecturer decides to that 1 week before the exam. 1 week or anime, yes.
Hold on, guys, we're having some
No!
having some stream issues here. Just give us a second.
Oh, no.
Alright. Okay.
Oh, I killed it with quantum physics. Okay. I see how it is.
We should be... I think we're good now. Welcome,
Yeah,
Hip!
I'm gonna stop looking at the stream so it died. Phased out of existence.
So, Wishes, what was your favorite episode of the podcast out of our first year of doing
The episode I was in.
this. Episode you were in. See you, Paula Bear. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. It was great having you. Altria, are you fumbling with your mic? Wishes, can you still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Hello?
There's Altria.
Oh, I was having some problems. Okay, here I am. I need to see which shows I need to watch right now. Like, I have a ton of free time, and I feel like watching some top-notch anime. First, I'm going to finish Bake. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole Monogatari series. Do you guys have any recommendations?
You watch shows.
Have you been watching Gridman?
Don't watch Darling in the Franxx.
You should watch Darling in the Franxx. It's fantastic.
What should we watch?
Yeah, have you seen?
Gridman.
Yeah, have you been watching Gridman?
No.
Oh, to answer your question, Nulltag, Lost actually set up a server when we first started it, so that's what we use most of the time. Either of them are perfectly fine, though. We have actually used that podcast channel in the server before, in the main server as well, because it's protected by a role, so it actually works just as well. So, I think it would be cool if we use that one more, because it's kind of like an exciting thing to see like us doing it. Be like, oh, cool! There's a new episode on the way.
Shall we move there?
We could move there right now, and I can drag people in.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds fun.
If that's better.
That's fine with me.
Alright, I'll see you on the other side.
Alright. Alright, let me get the plane here at level altitude so we don't die. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna ask about Gridman.
Mm-hmm.
Did it finish already?
Can you say that again?
He has to finish.
Oh no, it's still going.
Oh, how
It
many
is?
episodes?
I swear it ended. Are you sure? I saw a bunch of shit on Twitter.
I thought today was like episode 11, but maybe it was 12.
There was a post on Trigger that said like something about it ending.
I hope it gets another season. It's pretty good so far.
What would you say are what makes you enjoy the show?
The character interaction and direction is the best of any first episode I've seen all year.
Oh.
Also, I haven't watched any other episode except for episode 1. I watched the episode ones of the seasonals and then go back to them. Unless there's something I really want to watch, then I'll watch it while it airs, but I don't really like watching waiting all the time anymore.
Like, I want to start watching it soon. It seems interesting. Lots of mechas.
Oh yeah.
I think the mech is usually the worst part, but
Only mechas.
Wishes. The mecha show's worst part is that it's a mecha.
yeah, I mean the first episode was only like maybe a third mecha.
I personally enjoy it. The mystery, the sense of mystery the show has, especially as it goes on, they get deeper into that. I enjoy the character interactions. I enjoy the action. Is like it's very well animated. It is a little like unbalanced, you might say, but it that's actually what I would say. I might actually be in agreement with Wish this year. Is the show's worst aspect is sometimes it just feels a little too kiddish. You know, about like the mech's appearance and how easily it can win a fight sometimes. But I've enjoyed the show so far. It always keeps me hooked for the next week's episode.
They comment and note that I wanna watch those of Rika's dad.
They're not even like that.
Hey,
like
that's
everyone's
why I
like Rika's thighs, and I'm like they're not really that like prominent.
Then it's not worth watching.
Yeah, the last episode was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably get to it soon. I also need to watch some more mechas. The only mecha I've watched is Code Geass before, and even that is not so focused on the mechas.
Yeah, the only mechas I've been able to watch are the ones that aren't focused on the mechas. So.
I keep wanting to do a group watch of Neon Genesis Evangelion, just because it's one of my favorite mecha movie series ever, and I have the DVDs, so we could do it.
It's coming to Netflix too.
Yeah, the original series is. I hope they get the other streaming rights and whatnot too.
Very nice.
I was
Also,
very happy when I saw that.
Also, I don't quite understand what the remake of Evangelion is about. Like, what kind of changes did they make?
It's pretty much the same, except for halfway through the second movie, then it takes a whole new course. I think
it completely changes the story.
Yeah, it does. I really like what they've done so far, except for some stuff in the third one. The third one is kind of off-putting the first time you see it, but the more you watch it, it gets better. But I'm interested to see what they do with the fourth movie, because the fourth movie will make or break it. Because the Ava's biggest problem has always been its endings. That's why it has like 4 different endings between like 2 movies, the original series ending, and now like we're on the rebuilds is what they call the remakes. And so like I'm kind of like, if we can do it right this time, and I just want, he always tries, the creator of it, Hideki Anno, always tries to do stuff that's way too deep for the friggin' show. I'm just like, just go for a simple ending. Otherwise we're going to be in the same position we always end up with this show. So I'm like, just do a simpler ending, have fun with it, and I think that could be great.
Then you get the remake of the remake, and then the remake of the remake, and it's an endless cycle searching for a good ending. Also, Dark, have you watched the new Goblin Slayer episode?
Yes, I did. I really liked it. I really like Goblin Slayer. I know people give it like a lot of crap because they say it's edgy for the sake of being edgy, but I really like Goblin Slayer, and I can't wait to the last episode was really good. We finally got to see him without his armor, so I'm interested to see what happens in the next episode.
I love it. Like, right here I have 3 volumes of the light novel, and tomorrow I'm getting 3 more. for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And then I just love this.
I feel like it's a show I'd drop at episode 1.
99% of all anime wishes dropped on episode 1. And Null Tag, yeah, the original show had a lot of budget problems. That's why there's a lot of like just stills towards the last like 5 or so episodes where they just do a lot of like moving from one still frame to the next.
Oh, that sounds horrible. So yeah, I was waiting the whole series for this arc they're doing now, Goblin Slayer. Like,
Oh,
this
Watertown?
was supposed to be the farm arc.
Okay, I'm not there yet.
Like this, yeah, this arc was supposed to be after. Let me remember. It was supposed to be before Watertown.
Oh, okay.
And like when they didn't do it, I was surprised and kind of scared that they were going to ruin the story or something. But it kind of fits better as the end of the season, especially since they're introducing the Goblin Lord now. Like, it's going to be one hype final episode.
So I hope it's a show that gets a season 2. I know there's not a whole ton of source material yet, but I hope it does get a season 2 just because it's legitimately interesting to watch.
There's enough content for a season. Like, this first season only covered 2 volumes of the novel, and there's like 9 out right now. So they have enough content. But
Good.
as of now, the
Speaking of
studio
season-
that's doing it is kind of busy. Like White Fox, right now they are doing 2 1 hour long OVAs for ReZero, and they're probably going to start season 2.
Good.
Dude, there's so many season 2s of shows that I want a season 2 for coming, and season 3s and stuff.
What are those wishes? What it's like your top 3 that you're dying for?
There's Chihaya Furu season 3. There's more Haikyuu season fucking like 7-5. I don't know. There's season 3 of Railgun and season 1 of Accelerator. I think there's more stuff, but I kind of forgot it at this point, so those are the big ones. Oh, season 2 of Mob Psycho is also there.
Oh, Mob Psycho. Speaking of Mob Psycho 2, One Punch Man season 2 early 2019. That's going to be either a complete disaster or it's going to go out well. I don't know, like JC stuff trying to animate this show after what Madhouse was able to do for the first season. I don't really have high expectations for it.
Yeah, speaking of old Madhouse, are you guys ready for Overlord 4 when it eventually comes?
Oh no, I dropped Overlord at season 2.
Oh.
Lizard porn.
I dropped Overlord after season 1. After season 1 like a 3 or a 4.
Like, I loved season 1. It was just him messing around, being OP and doing whatever. And then season 2 comes, and we have to get invested on these fucking lizards that no one cares about. And we get to see them fucking, like, what the actual fuck? Like, that's
The taste of Altria.
It made me want to bleach my eyes. And also in season 3, the CGI.
Oh, the CGI in season 3 does get pretty bad. The endless copy-pasted soldiers.
Oh god. Those giant thief monsters.
It's like
or
there's
whatever.
Looney Tunes animation that was done better.
But yeah, I feel like my enjoyment of Overlord was just Ains fooling around, and when they moved to more world building and lore and stuff like that, it just kind of went downhill. For me, at least.
What made you drop it, Wishes?
Hold on. Okay, my note on my anime list says, good, but it kind of felt like it lost its purpose and just kind of threw things at the main character. So, that's how I felt about it when I watched it.
Hey, while you're here, Wishes, please tell the world your philosophy on why you use my AniList instead of, or Mal instead of AniList, because of the whole notes fiasco.
Yeah, AniList doesn't display notes in a large format like my anime list does. Also, importing them puts hashtags in front of every space, so that's really annoying.
I don't know, like I use my anime list, but I rarely use it. And I rarely update it. Like, I just keep track of shows that I watch, like in the back of my mind or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
only
really
update
feel the
it
need.
when I start, drop, or finish. That's about it.
Like, and also in my list, like I think I only have completed shows and dropped shows. Let me see for a moment. My anime list. Like, most of these are completed or dropped shows. Oh god. Here's the legendary Citrus. I also gave this will probably be more controversial on the server, but I gave Chunibyo a 5.
Why'd you give it only a 5? Oh, dear God. Wishes
Just
dropped it,
didn't
everyone
leave.
acts surprised.
I don't know, I just couldn't get invested that much in the characters. Just felt like a generic romance. But that's just my opinion.
Mm. If Hip is still watching, he's gonna be furiously typing a rebuttal.
Altria with the big brain can remember all shows in the. Yeah, I have 200. Also, yeah, like I don't know. Shuni, it feels like there isn't much conflict. The romance is, at least the music is really good at least. But apart from that, I did not enjoy Chunibyo. And season 2 was even worse. I gave it a 4.
I'm surprised you even watched season 2
And I
after
did-
season 1.
Yeah, like I had to continue for him. Let him down. And then I didn't even bother to watch the movie. Another show I regret finishing, but I also kind of enjoyed because it was so bad, is Citrus.
Oh. That's the one I gotta get CP
Like, yeah.
Man ranting on whenever he's on air.
The other day I got Hachi to watch it, and he dropped it and gave it a 1 on episode 2. Like, it's so bad.
I want to watch it actually, but I have a lot of stuff to watch.
Do it. Wishes for the memes.
Why is it bad though?
CP Man basically says it's just a show based around entirely sexual assault.
CP Man won't watch a show if there's two girls that like hold hands once, so I don't really trust.
Oh boy!
It seems like he got an hate fetish for Yuri. But yeah, Citrus, if I had to describe what made it bad, like, first of all, the conversations are just boring as fuck. Like, there's no real development except when there's actually development, it's involving sexual assault. Like in the first episode, the protagonist gets sexually assaulted by her stepsister. And
yeah, like what the fuck?
Like that's basically the plot of Citrus.
That doesn't really make it inherently bad though.
No, but even that, like the premise is already kind of shaky. But actually watching the show and how they executed is even worse. And there was, I don't know why I watched all of it. I hate myself for it. But there was this one arc where they realized, oh shit, we are stepsisters, we can be doing this. And they both start going out with the same girl. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that was. And at the end they obviously kiss and I don't know, just open happy ending. It will probably get a season 2 or something.
I watched Koi Kaze, which is about a he's like 30 or something, old man who falls in love with his sister who's in like high school. That show was not particularly good, but it wasn't because of the premise, it was just boring. So also at the end, it was right at the end on like the last scene there was like a sub by like the translators like horrible subs does not endorse incest.
But yeah, the thing with Citrus is that it's of a bad premise and just being boring in itself.
Like I've said this before, I'll keep saying it, but the premise does not fucking matter whatsoever to how good a show is gonna be.
Oh yeah, they heated debates over here. But yeah, I can definitely see that, like, at least from the little I've seen of Monogatari, it doesn't have a super grand plot or something, but just the character interactions are making it really fun. And also the animation, the music.
There's some pretty big global scale things.
But yeah,
But
I'm only
mostly
saying
at
that's
the
from
end.
episode 5 of that game. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, right now he's just diddling little girls. So.
Well, interesting. Wishes, what's one anime that people vehemently hate but you defend with a passion? Like, what's that one that it's your darling in the Franks?
Isn't there like a site for this? It's like the biggest or what the fuck's the word? Biggest difference between average score and your score. There's a website.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. The other day, I think I saw it somewhere. Let's see. No, but I don't know the site. But yeah, was it
Alright, I found it.
With stats?
Yeah, apparently the biggest difference I have is Yuki Yuna.
I've never watched that.
It's Yuki Yuna, Kuzuno Honkai, Flip Flappers, K-On, Nagi no Asakara, HBK2, Jokumachi no Dandelion, Skiga Kirei. Hold on, who the fuck's writing this?
Oh, also wishes. Speaking of shows you really like, I need you around to watching, what was it, Sora Jory.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Like, I've been hearing a lot about it now.
Apparently my biggest negative difference is a negative 6.73 average difference with Mahoka. I'm not going to pronounce the rest of that name. Mahoka, as it's known.
What was the difference between your score and the average?
For Mahoka, I gave it a 1. I guess the average score is 7.73.
I gave it a 1.
This list isn't updated though. I don't know. There's shows on here that I've definitely finished, but it says I'm watching.
I also for once touched the manga section of my anime list just to give Oyasumi Pum Pum a 10.
Yeah, my manga list is very big right now. It's like 4 manga.
Like, my manga list, I have One Punch Man, Berserk, a shit ton of JoJo parts, and Oyasumi Pum Pum. And that's it.
I have Aku no Hana, which I watched the anime and dropped at one point, but finished the manga. It was pretty good, I guess. It was kind of, my note is just kind of depressing, so that's how it was. I watched I read Boku wa Mari no Naka. It is by the same author. That was fucking weird. It felt more like a porn doujin with a good plot, but I read a really long title, but something about Kaitokete Morata Ichimen Nitsuki Ichimanande.
Jesus Christ.
Which was actually really good, but it's really short, and right at the end it kind of feels like the author was like, he just ran out of, like, he did everything that he had planned for the concept, and he's like, alright, I don't know what to do from now, so I'm just gonna end it. So, the ending was a little rocky, but it was really good before that. And then I also read Tokyo Ghoul, which was way better than the anime. But
oh yeah, the anime is a train wreck. Like, I heard, like, in one episode they adapted 30 manga chapters. Or something like that.
Yeah, they also didn't adapt half the manga. and then they adapted Re. So what they did, they adapted Tokyo Ghoul, which adapted Tokyo Ghoul the manga, obviously, but not all of it. So there's like half or more of Tokyo Ghoul that's unadapted. So then they did Route A, which was supposed to be the rest, or like most of the rest of Tokyo Ghoul, but it was their original, which was even worse than the adaptation was to begin with. So it was just
Like,
terrible.
Route A is just
Yeah,
the
Route A is
embodiment of train wrecks.
Yeah, and then they adapt Re into an anime, except Re requires you to understand what happened in Tokyo Ghoul, which wasn't adapted in the anime, so if you only watch the anime, you have no fucking idea what's going on in Re, because it doesn't make any sense, because they never adapted it. And it's just literally not the same plot line. And also Re is a shitty adaptation anyway, so I just stop watching.
Oh, by the way, Wishes Null says you have pro-Japanese reading.
Yeah, well, I took Chinese in school, not Japanese, so...
I just want to point out that Wishes actually went to Japan, and this is still the best he can do.
I don't speak Japanese there.
You just hold up Google Translate every time you needed something.
I mean, I don't really need anything, and you can pretty much just get by with never talking to people, 'cause, like, what do you need to talk to people?
You can just pretty get by with never actually speaking.
Tell me when you need to talk to somebody that's a resident. Tell me when one time you need to speak to a resident
Like,
of the
if
country
you
that you
gonna
don't know.
go get food, go shopping.
Why would you? What do you mean? Like the cashier?
Yeah. What if you need help finding something?
Okay, first of all, well, that's not an unavoidable situation. But also, I don't even know if they have grocery stores. I mean, I'm sure they do. Actually, they definitely do. But I want to go grocery shopping. Why would I be grocery shopping?
I don't know. Maybe you want to experience a Japanese grocery store. You were there for a while. You might want to get some food. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can just buy it out of a convenience store. It's literally like 100 to 1 convenience store to grocery store ratio. Even if you go to a grocery store, you don't have to talk to people. Just want to point that out. You just hand them your shit. I mean, you can just say like, hi and thank you and bye. You know, I mean, you don't have to be like dead silent, but
You didn't want to
don't
be
really
like
need anything else than that.
Konnichiwa, cashier, desu. Help me.
Yeah.
Just speak in English. It always works.
I mean, no, it doesn't. I can speak, but it does work sometimes.
So basically, you went out in Japan without talking to anyone.
I was with my friends, so I talk to my
Yeah.
friends, not random people on the street in a country that I don't speak the language of. No, I did not talk to them.
And what did you see over there?
I saw
Anything
a
interesting?
lot of Japanese people.
No shit.
I saw, I don't know, I saw Kyoto Animation, I saw Gates, a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
Like the other day, I saw a picture in another server. A dude saw a life-sized mecha statue or something like that.
Oh yeah, there's one of those. I think it's a cafe somewhere in Akihabara.
And
I didn't go in it though.
wait, I'm going to send the link in voice chat. There.
Oh shit, I opened voice chat, the first thing I saw was a picture of Kunagi-san. Yeah, I think the other one. That's not the cafe. I don't know where the fuck that is. It's somewhere. I didn't see that.
For how long has the streaming gone now?
That's a good question. We have been live for, let me check. Where do I even check that? Oh, an hour and a half actually.
Oh.
Pretty good.
You're trying to get everyone in.
Oh shit, no, that's me. You
Now
mentioned there was
that
a
is
lot of
asking
Yakuza in the
wishes,
town.
didn't you mention
Yeah.
there was a lot of Yakuza around the town you were in?
In one of the towns, yeah, in Oki. Wait, no. I forget what Osaka, yeah.
Like,
I mean, just because that's where Yakuza are, they're in Osaka. So when we were in Osaka, there was a lot of... I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, it's not like you walk down the fucking street, you run into it, but... they're like base and whatever is in Osaka. So,
you just
that is-
walk out and see a Yakuza 6 boss fight.
I mean, you could tell who were Yakuza because they're like fucking big boys and all white shirts surrounded by like a bunch of girls, and they were like 60-year-old and looked like they're about to die. But they were surrounded by like young girls, so.
Jesus Christ.
So, Wishes, what are you excited for to hopefully receive for Christmas in a couple days? Just over a day, actually.
I'm not getting anything. We're not really getting Christmas. It's just we like, I don't know. We're just not like super Christmas people ever since I like grew up. And I like just bought a bunch of stuff. I upgraded my computer and then my phone died, so I had to buy a new phone. So.
So Wishes not getting shit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting literally anything. I got $70 from my grandma though. So.
That's pretty cool. What are you gonna spend it on?
I'm just gonna put it in my bank account and find something to spend on later. Or never spend it, who knows?
And you, Lark, are you getting anything for Christmas?
Can you say that again, Altria?
Are you getting anything for Christmas?
I'm hoping just to pick up a couple Switch games. I really want to play Starlink and Dark Souls Remastered on Switch.
Oh, boy.
You should hope for Celeste too.
Celeste. Yeah, you've been showing that game, Wishes. Are you getting paid to...
It's probably the best game. I don't know. Like, it's too early to decide if I like it more than God of War, but it's definitely God of War and Celeste of the year. I don't know if I could pick one over the other right now.
Just pick both. Easy.
Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that an indie game can stand up to a like AAA game means it's really fucking good. So.
Yeah, nowadays indie games are really good. Like big companies
normally.
nowadays are just fucking off with their multiplayer games and shit ton of microtransactions. So indie games are usually more fun.
I mean, yeah, but there's also way more indie games, so the chances that one is actually good is way higher. I mean, there were good AAA games. There was Red Dead Redemption. I haven't played it, but it's supposedly at least decent. There's God of War, Spider-Man. I don't know if Life is Strange counts as AAA, but
No,
Oh,
I hope not.
Bigger than Andy.
yeah, like the first Life is Strange was just God no. Like blue hair, edgy lesbian with her hipster Tumblr friend.
Yeah, she's just trying to make you regret saving her in the beginning of the game or whatever. That's their whole motif there. Is like, it's just like, no, trust me. You see someone getting killed in a bathroom, just let them die. You will regret it otherwise. Sincerely, the Life is Strange dev team.
Doesn't make any sense. He fires a fucking shot in the bathroom of a school and no one fucking heard it. Like, what the hell?
People are complaining Red Dead Redemption Online being really grindy. That's what Null Tag says.
The online mode.
Yeah, but if you're buying fucking Red Dead for the online, then you're an idiot.
Like, there's things like you feel like just $2. And yeah, the online mode sucks apparently.
Yeah, so does Smash.
For Smash, it's like half and half for me. Like, as long as people aren't trying to play it like their local McDonald's, it seems to be pretty good. But there's way too many people who I'm like, are you even like in the same house as like the router you're connected to at half the time? Like, I genuinely question like why they're even bother playing it, because there's no way it works for them at all. Because like I'll sit there and I can get some games buttery smooth. And then other times it's like, alright, I'm the only person who's not playing at McDonald's or Walmart right now. So it really pisses me off. Those like, we're paying for Nintendo Online and this is the crap we're getting. Like, they don't have to get servers for every game. But they better have gotten servers for friggin' Smash. It's ridiculous that Smash is peer-to-peer. It's like, come on. You know how many copies of Smash Brothers they've probably sold? And how many more they're gonna sell for Christmas? Like, come on. We can afford the friggin' servers. It's ridiculous. Instead, I got Joe flipping the lag switch whenever he starts losing. Every arena match with Joe, hashtag ever.
He probably mains Ganondorf.
He plays a lot of Ganondorf. I'm not sure if he considers him his main, but he plays a lot of it.
Oh, let's see what Wishes say. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate really is something special. In what other game did you have a four-man match where Cloud, Joker, Mario, and Sonic face off with Pokeballs and assist trophies going off left and right? Despite those four players,
Where do you see this?
for 1v1 no attempts. Yeah, I also heard that like getting your rules in matchmaking is apparently hard.
They patched that, so it goes through a lot more now. That was like in the first update. It was like, okay, it actually selects your rules occasionally.
Understand. Who would ever think this is a good idea? It's like queuing up for a game of ranked League of Legends, you get put in fucking Twisted Tree Line. Why would you do this?
Oh, and also what you said about getting some games you made Souls before. That's getting into the Soulsborne games. I'm starting now with Bloodborne. I'm finding quite a lot of fun. And I'll probably get Dark Souls Remastered at some point.
What system?
I'm excited for Sekiro in March or whatever.
Oh, Sekiro. Yeah. I'm not too hyped for that. I just don't like the look of it. It might be a great game. It's just not for me.
Yeah, like it's good that they're trying to change up the formula, but I don't know, just doesn't seem that good. Like there's no character customization, no equipment.
Wait, can you tell me one time in Dark Souls where you even see your character's face. Like, I don't know why people care about character customizations in these games when you're always covered by armor.
It's true though, like it really does kind of sit there and like it really doesn't matter, you know, like your character's gonna get hollowed anyway. You're gonna be covered up by armor anyway.
But you gotta make your super fat character in Dark Souls 3. Like,
yeah, I mean the only time people even like do things with the character creator, they just make them like bright pink. It's like, is this really an essential part of your experience? Like, I don't know.
But I think if with Sekiro, yeah, character creation doesn't matter when you have equipment, but in Sekiro you basically can't change anything about the character. And the combat seems kind of weird.
The way I play Dark Souls and make a character that I spend too much time on because I never see them anyways, so if they take that out, I wouldn't even care. I'm glad that I would take that out. And then I use the same weapon. I find one weapon I like, I use the same weapon the entire game, so I don't really care if there are any other weapons. I mean, that's what everyone does. I don't, because you have to upgrade your weapons, so you pretty much have to use the same weapon at least most of the game.
Right.
You can play with a Nile character. But yeah, like, yeah, character customization doesn't matter much, but sometimes it's fun to play around with, just for the sake of playing around with it.
I always make like a reasonably looking character, and I'm just like, alright, we're good to go.
I haven't played many games, like, I don't know, I also really don't pay attention much to character customization. Like in Fallout, I just click randomize and go with whatever I get.
Really? In Fallout?
Yeah,
no, in Fallout the character creator's so fucking limited sometimes. It's just like...
like, yeah, what we just said basically, follow new father to make a character because he'll end up in power armor or ranger armor by the end. So I never pay attention to character creation there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cutscenes in Fallout where you like see your character's face and dialogue, whatever. So I understand it for the Fallout and stuff.
Like Fallout New Vegas doesn't have any cutscenes. Only the intro cutscene. Like
I've only played 4, so.
Oh,
4. Ugh. Hashtag 3 in New Vegas.
In Boston. And I live in Boston.
Oh yeah.
4 takes out all the fun of the previous one for shooting mechanics and graphics.
But hey, Wishes has got to save that settlement, right?
I tried Fallout New Vegas, and I didn't really like it, so.
You didn't like it?
No, it wasn't very fun to play.
Oh.
You know, the real reason you're not going to get anything for Christmas Wishes is because your parents are at an absolute loss of what to get you that you'd actually like.
It's so, like, does anybody seriously love Fallout New Vegas because of how fun it is to shoot and move around and look at?
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, the combat is fine. It's not great or anything, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, I didn't really care about the story, so when the combat is just like bleh, and the game looks like shit because it's like 20 years old, I don't want to play it.
Oh.
Like, it'd still be good, I just don't think it's fun. Like Bioshock, I played the first Bioshock. That game was probably one of the worst games I've ever played, but the story is really good.
What?
But the fucking gunplay and like AI and mechanics is absolutely fucking abysmal. But it's like 20 years old also, so like I can kind of forgive it, but like it's also just not fun.
You are really getting out the hot takes on games. Like, I never expected to hear that Bioshock is bad.
No, Bioshock is good. The gameplay is fucking abysmal. The story is really good.
Which is, in your opinion, what is the most important aspect of any video game? It's again the gameplay, the level design, the story, characters.
It just depends on what the game is going for.
Okay.
I mean, there's no one category that a game can go in, because if I say, like, you know, obviously story is the most important thing, then like Mario is like the worst game ever. Like, yeah, Mario doesn't have a fucking story. You reach like a princess or whatever. It's the same thing every time, but people, it's popular because it's fun to play, because the gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Null Tag agrees with you.
This is a rare occurrence. We will never see this kind of agreement again.
Alright, what's your guys, maybe it's too soon, but what's your guys' anime of the year? Maybe you already talked about this. I wasn't here.
No, we haven't actually.
No. That's a hard question. I feel like I haven't seen...
Did it have to start airing this year or finish this year?
I guess if it finished, it can finish this year, because if it didn't finish last year, then you couldn't have counted it last year.
Alright, Darling in the Franxx.
Oh boy.
That's a... There's no wrong options, but that is one of them. So.
I genuinely enjoyed the hell out of it, even when it got a little iffy at times. I really looked forward to it every week. It was always my thing, like when I got out of class, that I made sure I got to like sit down and just enjoy it. First of all, amazing OP. Absolutely amazing OP. Mystery-filled story that always had a twist or a turn to it. I really liked seeing the characters interact and survive in this world where it was literally just them. Like, no one else is actually watching out for each other except for them. Like, they're the only ones who have each other's backs. I loved the twist. I know people hate it for the twist, but I loved the twist. I thought it was really done well. And really, the only thing I thought that really annoyed me was just giant Zero-2 towards the end. But, yeah, Darling in the Franxx was definitely mine for the year. What about you guys?
I don't know. I know what to think about it. It's like...
Wishes, can you drag Null in here?
Many shows from this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You need to join one of the, voice chats, and then I could drag him in. Like...
Hello.
Hey, Nulltag, it's glad to have you with us today.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem.
Let me just adjust your volumes because you're so loud.
Oh.
Oh.
Only Wishes is now loud.
Oh, God.
Mute the admin, please.
You can't de-admin me. If you de-admin me, the server dies. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
Oh no.
That's pretty romantic, man. I wouldn't mind.
Wow, our relationship is so fast. It reminds me of Bunny Girl.
Oh.
Still taking hints at it. Why?
I don't actually. I mean, I'd give it a 2 out of 10, but I wouldn't say I hate it. I'm honestly just having fun watching how bad it is at this point.
I feel personally attacked.
You dislike so much about it. I haven't watched it, so. Just curious.
Literally everything about it, but you can. There's a giant notepad that I post in general spoilers, but it has spoilers in it, obviously. That's only for like the first 4 episodes, so I think I'm just gonna stop taking notes because at this point it's just gonna make me even more mad. So I'm just gonna enjoy it for how. Take it as an example of what not to do. Kind of like I did with SAO, the movie. That movie was fucking hilarious.
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but I honestly thought it was a good turning around point for SAO, which it desperately needed.
Yeah, if it's turning into a comedy, it was.
But like that guy from the movie is just like Kirito working out and becoming a fucking buff dude for fighting there.
The pinnacle of that movie was for me was this is technically a spoiler, but it's a fucking I don't know what the fuck the word is. Basically, it doesn't matter to the story. So there's like, you know, the like near the end they're trying to get into the locked arena or whatever.
Yeah.
Like everyone's about to fucking die, or the cops show up, and the door to the arena is locked by like an ID pad or something. They're like, bro, we can't get in. We gotta go somewhere else. To the command room or something. They go to the command room. The command room has the exact same door with the exact same lock. They just shoot that shit and it opens.
I think I remember that, actually.
I mean, I guess you got that on the first. But, you know, I mean, this is like the level of writing I expect, so I was just laughing my ass off at the end.
Like, it was so weird, like, the movie started off yelling, you know, Kirito can't do anything in this game. He's basically shit. And by the end, he's just OP again.
Yeah. I mean, at the start, I was trying to figure out, like, how the fuck the world worked. So I thought, you know, they're gonna do anything about that because they're introducing all these concepts that, like, completely wouldn't work or make any sense. But they just ignored it, so I just kind of gave up.
They just made...
Like what? What concepts did it introduce that were so hard for you to grasp?
Okay, so they're in the real world, right? And they're still seeing shit through their like eyes or whatever.
Yeah, through the goggles,
So
right? It's just AR.
Yeah, but it changes the entire world. So what happens when they run into a wall that they don't see? Or what happens, like, how do they get hit? They take physical damage. What is happening that makes them take physical damage?
I'm pretty sure it just reskins the environment. I don't believe it actually, like, removes walls that are there,
But
you
there's
know?
physical interaction, at least between the monsters and the characters. Like, there's literally scenes where they, like, get knocked. There's people fucking flying like you're watching a Fight Club or something. I think there's definitely way more that I got annoyed at, but at this point, it was a mixture of, I watched it a while ago, and I stopped trying to comprehend it when I watched it, so.
What if they get abducted to these like psychopath where they put the psychopaths and they just leave them there, and they just poke them with sticks whenever they have to take damage or something?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. They could have shown it. Like, I don't. Obviously, it's not a real answer, but they could have shown something. Honestly, I'm probably more happy that they didn't try to explain anything because I think it would have only made me more mad if they did, but yeah, the end. I mean, honestly, the start was like pretty like, what the fuck is this? And then it kind of got really fucking boring for the middle. I feel like nothing happened. Like there was Austin his tits, and then Jado bummed around for a bit. But then the ending really pulls it all together by making them go in a completely unrelated game, and they somehow managed to fucking force into this so they could nostalgia trip people who actually like it.
Also, apparently, the new Sword Art Online season pulled, like they had a rape scene on one episode or something like that. Apparently.
Yeah, but what is up with the SAO writer and writing rape scenes? I feel like this isn't a hard thing to do.
The one we had before, back in season 1.
Oh god, in the fairy world with...
Yeah, and then the main character of GGO is like constantly giving off rape vibes. Doesn't he like literally say, "I'm gonna fucking rape you"? But like,
oh,
the dude is like,
yeah.
Yeah, that dude is fucking rapey as fuck. I don't know what's good with this dude.
Sounds like something I wouldn't watch.
Holy, see, I'm watching the controversial quotes.
I was gonna say, you know, if you watch Goblin Slayer...
Yeah, but
I have not heard better things about the raping Goblin Slayer.
yeah,
Actually, I've heard worse. God.
Like, the Goblin Slayer rape is more explicit, but the one in Sword Art Online is just creepy as fuck.
Sword Art Onlines are fairly forced. Goblin Slayer does it because it's trying to communicate something to you. There's actually purpose behind it, whereas like SAOs was like, oh hey, look how villainous these villains are. Aren't they so very villainous? Don't you hate them now?
What is that purpose?
It's trying to show you just how brutal of a thing these monsters are that people overlook. Because like all the other adventurers don't get why Goblin Slayer only slays goblins. Because they're just like, they're a bunch of low-level monsters. Sometimes, you know, newbie adventurers get in over their head and bad stuff happens to them. But Goblin Slayer actually says, like, no, these are terrible monsters. You guys are literally overlooking this horrible danger that is underneath our own feet all the time. They do terrible things to people. And everyone just ignores this problem.
Like,
and I will say this with all those scenes, it never, like... It's never trying to do it for... I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's never doing it just for the sake of doing it. They might shoehorn it in a few too many times in later episodes, I'll say that. Like, they don't need to try to have that happen every episode, but it's purposeful. And... agree or disagree, at least it's purposeful and not just like SAOs where it's like, oh hey, it's here for the sake of being here.
But why rape? Why isn't like cannibalism, or taking them as slaves, or taking them and roasting them, or burning them alive?
You could make it anything. You could make it anything. I mean, like, I guess the real reason behind it is, what does society deem as worse? Obviously, like, when you sit back and think about it, all of those things you just listed are literally horrible, and I couldn't begin to guess which one is worse than the other. And you can talk about that all day, but society does have not concrete values for them, but it does have a slight ranking of them, and rape is one of the worst ones, right? And so when it's trying to get that point across that these are terrible things...
also sends a much different message. It's way more of a sexual message than any of the other ones.
Well, yeah, so it's rape. That comes the nature of it. I'm not gonna call that one a Goblin Slayer problem, because I don't. First of all, like, I really don't think it's done for any fan servicey reasons at all. It's never been presented that way, at least to me. Goblin Slayer does have fan service, but never presented in that manner ever. So I would disagree with on that one. But I would say that's more of anime's constant pushing the envelope on fan service that maybe makes it hard to say when and it's Goblin Slayer, but any show could have done it for whatever reason, and people would be saying, it's doing this because it's for a bad reason, when in reality it's kind of like, that might be the medium as a whole has been pushing the envelope too much, and now it's just hard to tell.
There's a rape scene in one of my favorite movies, Perfect Blue, and that rape scene makes perfect sense for the movie. It's literally fits everything, and I don't think unless it has a reason like that, it needs to be a rape scene.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and tell you the average anime has the budget and artistic direction that a actual full-blown out Hollywood movie does. That's a bit of an unfair comparison.
This isn't a full-blown out Hollywood. This is like a 1990 something Madhouse film.
Oh.
It's a really good anime. I mean.
Oh, it's an anime? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, where the entire movie is building up to the main character's constant feeling of like she's being abused and treated for only as like a fucking object, and only as like a piece of meat, and then she gets fucking raped while she's going insane. And it's like the main cracking point, which fits everything that's been going on.
Like, I feel the rape in Goblin Slayer isn't as super fitting like that, but it does have its reasons for being there, and it kind of works with the world and kind of subverting the expectations of your typical goblins in fantasy.
Yeah, like it's trying to do that intentionally.
In fantasy, you never see how goblins reproduce. Like, it's just there's tons of them because they're just there. And Goblin Slayer takes advantage of this to set them up as monsters, and like horrible monsters with the rape theme, and also adding kind of lore as to how they reproduce, and it raises the stakes, kind of.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, it's supposed to be challenging what you expect.
Like, they feel like real monsters. Like, if you compare this rapist, horrible goblins to your average goblin in fantasy, this fits the definition of monster way better and works with the story.
I would agree.
Yeah, I was thinking of other ways you could have done it, but didn't have to be rape.
Why does that one get to be off limits though? Like, if they're all equally terrible, which I would say we came to that conclusion that, like, of the things you listed, cannibalism, rape, slavery, etc., they're all terrible. Why does that one get to be off limits, but it's okay to do it through means of cannibalism?
I think cannibalism will have less shock value since the whole anime is pretty gory.
Like, they can do rape, but you like bring them in. Like, I haven't seen it, but do they like capture people, then like bring them to camps and force them into being like sex slaves for their entire life?
No, like, it doesn't really. It doesn't work like that.
Like,
no.
if they really need to do rape, they could imply it and make it even worse. They don't have to like directly show like a 30-second scene of it.
Well, they never show a 30-second scene of it. It's always very short. And there's implications of
times.
it. Not in the same episode, no. Not to my knowledge, but I could be misrecalling.
Why do you need to do it more than once?
Why can't you?
What's the point?
Shock value. Can you imagine how boring a show would be
It's
if
so
it
shocking,
never tried to push, if it just does one thing one time to scare you, and then it never goes back to that theme? People criticize any medium all the time for never actually sticking to the themes that it's sticking to, and things like horror and gore, do those really get to be held to a different standard?
You're telling me a theme of Goblin Slayer is rape?
I'm not telling you the theme is rape. I'm telling you it uses the rape to accomplish its theme of, like, horror. You gonna tell me horror is not a theme?
Wait. In horror, things generally get progressively creepier and worse and more outlandish.
Well,
Right, generally.
so far we've only had a few episodes, and horror starts off with
Yeah, a
things
few
to,
episodes. Isn't it almost done airing?
and it's a 12-episode run. It's not like we sit here and have like 30 hours of content to analyze.
I mean, yeah. I don't see. I mean, if you're not planning around the show being 12 episodes, you're just making a bad show.
And I don't have any problem with you disagreeing with me or anything. I'm just offering my viewpoint. I don't expect to change anybody's mind, nor have anybody change my mind. I'm just, like I said, offering my viewpoint.
I'm not even really sure what I'm talking about if you were this way.
Speaking of length, I really dislike how anime is going to its 12 episode.
Me too. I enjoy more content.
Like it's just not enough. You like there's so many not many, but there's some shows that just when they air, and because they stick to that 12 episode limit, they just either end in a really bad abrupt way or they just end terribly.
I agree.
Or like the typical like the typical light novel adaptation that does 12 episodes and then fucks off, and it's like, go read it.
It's like an advertisement for the source material. It's not like
Yeah, that's basically what happened with Konosuba.
I was just about to say, it's like, damn, yeah, it's like Konosuba. It's like, enjoy your 10-episode season or whatever. Buy the damn manga or whatever.
yeah, they even did 10 episodes. Like not even 12, dude.
2 10-episode seasons, right? Yeah, and that's it. They're making a movie, but there's even more content. Well, no season 3 as of now.
I hope
It's
we get
basically
one.
telling you to go read.
What is the original source material for it?
Pacing.
The light novel.
Light novel. What about its pacing wishes?
I was just gonna say the bad pacing in like 12 episode shows generally comes from because it's an adaptation of thing. It's not planned well. Like the story was never meant to be shortened because
Right.
it's adapting something that doesn't finish these 12 episodes. But when you see anime that are original, generally they finish and wrap up very easily, and they work together in 12 episodes. So I don't think 12 episodes is inherently bad. It just has to do, and even adaptations can be good if they plan around it well enough.
Mm.
Steins
just-
Gate.
Tokyo Ghoul.
But that's not 12 episodes though. But Tokyo Ghoul is 12 episodes. That is a fucking terrible adaptation.
Only the first is good. That's fucking terrible.
First season was like passable.
I mean, it's basically what's in the manga though.
No, it's not.
The root thing
That's
was
not.
I've read them. I don't remember anything different.
I've read the manga too.
I mean, I've read it. I mean, it's the same.
like season 1 was okay, whatever. But then they got to root A and it was just oof.
I mean, the manga has its fair share of problems as well.
But not as much as the anime.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, it's pretty hard to adapt the manga since it has like so many characters. It's really hard to do that in a 12-episode anime. Like there's so many fucking characters in the manga that get introduced really fast and then they just disappear like 2 chapters later.
Yeah, you know, it'd be great if they made 2 seasons for it. I don't know, maybe they could name one Tokyo Ghoul and then one Tokyo Ghoul Route A, but they could keep actually adapting the manga.
Hey man, time is money, friend. You know, you can't.
It has to have taken them longer to create an original Tokyo Ghoul spin-off than to just adapt the manga.
I mean, I don't think the writer gave it much thought, though.
I don't think the writer had a fucking brain, dude.
And they gave him another chance. God damn. Wait, is it the same writer? The same director?
I have no idea. I gave up. I don't want
Like-
to Tokyo Ghoul anymore.
Why do you
Wishes I know you're gonna watch whatever Tokyo Ghoul content they shove out, no matter how bad it is.
I literally dropped Reed. I'm not watching.
You don't want to see just how bad it can really get for the humor factor, like in SAO.
I mean, I dropped Reed the manga anyways, so... Reed got kind of boring. I don't like the main character. He's not very interesting to me.
The twin personality.
Yeah, he's just like a dude now.
It's all these weird shit. I should probably read up on the manga. Isn't it finished?
I don't think Reed is done. No, pretty sure it's the guy.
Oh.
Reed is fucking long.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't like watching stuff that's not finished, so...
How do you hate waiting?
Probably
Yeah, I fucking
my
hate
favorite. My favorite ongoing manga as of now is probably One Punch Man. Like the art is just fucking amazing.
When you said one, I thought you were gonna say One Piece, and I was ready to scream. Nah, man. Not close enough.
I never started One Piece. I don't know why. It's too long,
It's,
even with the manga.
it's a pretty big, like, it's like your second job is fucking One Piece when you started. If you actually go on, like, 800 chapters, 700 anime episodes, more. I think it's like 750 anime episodes. Yeah, good.
Yes.
I'm watching it very slowly, but
Can you even like get into it if you weren't there towards the start? Just because there's so much content now, you'll basically never catch up.
Nah.
I mean that's part of the appeal.
Dude, it's all worth it. I think it's such a good fucking anime and manga. Just a good show in general. It's one of the first I watched. Probably my favorite. It's just...
And I've
so-
heard really good stuff, like about the world building.
Yeah. It's like, it's disguised as a shonen, but it's so much more than the shonen. It's just...
Yeah, I'm watching the anime, but the pacing of the early episodes and like the animation is killing me.
Yeah.
Episodes that drag out like one punch for an entire fucking episode. It's so like the pacing is so slow. I cannot.
It's not gonna get much better, which is...
Oof.
Until fucking like 400 chapters or something.
There's just but
Yeah.
only for some episodes. So
Are you watching through that?
I'm not at a part where I can watch yet.
Oh.
I've only got some of the arcs.
Yeah.
I'm on like Arlong Park or something.
Watch One Piece, everyone here. It's good. It's really good. Or read the manga.
I'll probably read the manga at some point.
Yeah, then you won't waste like 400 hours of your life just watching it.
Yeah. But I'm still super lazy with manga. Like, I'm trying to catch up with Berserk, but I haven't finished it, even the Golden Age arc. It's like chapter 20 or something.
I can't read manga outside of school because like I prefer watching the anime. It's much more chill watching an anime than reading a manga.
I don't know. It depends for me. Like some days I'm too lazy to get up and actually wait for an episode to load.
So much
Like,
work. Crazy amount of work.
it's it's just faster to get my phone and just read the manga.
Alright, I'm gonna go soon, so you have any last things you want to ask me?
That's actually, I was about to say, we've been at this for like 2.5-ish hours. I'm about ready to wrap up if you guys are. Is there anything y'all specifically want to talk about before we sign out?
I'll just add everyone should watch Sorayori and Liz and the Bluebird. They're the two best animated this year. Liz and the Bluebird's a movie.
No.
I'll keep it in my mind, which is because you're so picky, it makes everything more exotic.
What about you
Which
guys?
is, I don't know. I don't have nothing. Have anything to say?
I'm just happy I was able to join. I should have joined earlier, man. God damn.
You should ask to be a guest in one of the episodes.
I don't think I can actually not be awkward for 1 hour, so I'll think about that. And I don't know people really that well, so kind of new here. So.
Well, you enjoy it so far?
Yeah, I mean it's become my most used server. So.
Oh yeah, Toradora Discord can't stop winning.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, would you buy merch if we made merch?
If it's memes, yeah, maybe I'll buy merch.
Alright, I'll keep it in mind.
Are you like actually thinking about that? Or
Probably not, but...
You know, I keep getting asked about it though.
about merch?
Yeah, no, like people keep, and it's like different people too. It's not just like the same one or two. It's like people are like asking about like Dark Cherno merch, Toradora Discord podcast merch, and I'm like, so I really doubt any of this would actually sell if we made it, guys.
I mean, they're probably joking, but maybe some will buy like one or two.
Some person would buy it. Ironically, they'd be like, "What the hell? He actually did it, the madman. I gotta buy a T-shirt now." I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for watching. We hope you had a great time and enjoyed the Christmas special live stream. If you want to see more content like that, like this, just let us know, and we're happy to see what we can do and keep pushing out great podcasts. Thank you guys so much for the awesome 20-episode run we've had, this stream, the first episode of the Breakfast Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, or whatever holidays y'all celebrate. I hope they're great. Anything you guys want to say before we end the stream off?
Yeah, make sure you play the Toradora's Christmas song on Christmas. Cry a little bit.
Alright.